Welcome to my world, the world of a medical laboratory scientist. Health is wealth, knowledge is power. Today's topic has to do with enzymes and late night problem at old age. Yes, what are enzymes? Enzymes are protein or biological catalysts. They are very useful when we talk about food, especially because we take food, meat, and the rest, we take them whole. But what breaks them down to smaller units so that the body, it can now enter the blood and the cells of the body can use it successfully. They are called enzymes. They break it down and also help in building it up to what we see as our flesh and what the other things, the growth, the various increase in size and what have you that happens to us. But enzymes in themselves are not really appreciated by us, but we can appreciate them when we know what they do. For example, when a person newly gets married, a man, he normally looks thin or slim or whatever. But as soon as he is married, he now eats late. And then these enzymes, because they are very efficient, they really make him rotund, and you see him so perfect person, more rotund, more muscular, or even the BMI becomes another issue that he has to now be controlling, unlike before. The issue we are now to discuss is the old age problem. As soon as we are getting old, the enzymes themselves become less efficient because they become denatured. Various factors are responsible for this, which I shall itemize in the slide section. And these now make the enzymes less efficient. Because they are less efficient, when you now see people at old age eating late, you are already making it difficult for all these digestive, the metabolic activity to be very effective at that age. Then you are now talking about encouraging metabolic syndromes, metabolic syndrome of high blood pressure, diabetes, and what have you, that may now be associated with these enzymes inefficiencies. Because I believe wholeheartedly that if the enzymes are still as perfect as they were, those in children and adolescents, one would not be having this much experience of chronic diseases at old age. But regardless of what your opinion is, let us move into the slide session and really have a holistic view I present to you so that you can form your own impression from the problem associated with late night meal, especially at old age. So let's move to the slide session for more action. Click like and subscribe. The outline: objective introduction, factors aiding efficiency, research finding, laboratory diagnosis, and conclusion are just all I shall talk about. The objective: to create more awareness of the necessary role of enzymes in metabolism, the effect of their ineffectiveness and inefficiency, and the need for early medical laboratory diagnosis. The introduction: enzymes are the protein that act as biological catalysts, and they are required for almost every reaction in the body because they speed up reaction. If there are no enzymes, the reactions will be very slow. But they are not limited to metabolism alone. They play crucial roles in various cellular processes beyond energy production. They also participate in hormone production, cell regulation, muscle contraction, material transport, signal transduction, DNA replication, and even some aspect of vision, etc. When you talk of metabolisms, enzymes are fundamental to metabolic pathways, both catabolism, that when you break down, and anabolism, when you build up. Yes, this diagram helps to show the various food content we eat, that is carbohydrate, protein, fats. The carbohydrates are acted on by the enzyme amylase that is when it comes through the mouth and broken down to smaller unit called sugar. The same thing with protein. They are acted upon in the stomach with pepsin and hydrochloric acid. They are broken down to amino acid, while the fats are acted upon by lipids and are broken down to fatty acid and glycerols. Now let's talk about factors that aid the effectiveness and efficiency of these enzymes. It is a common knowledge that temperature, enzymes need temperature, need heat to really perform. And the temperature is specific. It could be 37 degrees or even any temperature that is optimal. That's when they perform very effectively. And so if the temperature is in any way altered, they will not perform well. And if the enzymes is effective in water, that's another one. The pH is also has to be optimal. You can imagine pepsin in the stomach. It is the environment is acidic. So if the stomach acid has now been diluted and is not at optimal, the pepsin will not be effective in breaking down the protein, the bulk meat eating. And the substrate that it will act on, it must be of enough quantity that you can't easily say yes. The enzymes will work effectively on it. And if there are inhibitors in the environment, the enzymes will be inhibited and will not perform very well. Some enzymes even need coenzymes to help them to perform very well. Then the end product could even stop the reactions. The activators and radiation could also affect. So these are just factors that one can easily talk about right away that will help the efficiency. So as we grow older in age, some of these factors are not there at optimal level for them to work. It's reasonable, therefore, to know that if enzymes are so sensitive, they work at optimal ranges. When we are now getting older in age and all these diminishing factors are setting in, then we are now eating late in the night. These will add up to what will make the enzymes less effective and less efficient, because by the time you are eating late in the night, the body is already at the lowest level. It cannot be at optimal level. So majority of all these factors will not be at that optimal level. So one can easily hazard a guess that yes, you are putting your body under unnecessary stress. Yes, oxidative stress is one of the factors that denatures enzymes. So if enzymes are denatured, then they cannot be effective at all. They cannot be efficient. Yes, let's look at the old age and enzymes impairment in general, because that would also help us to understand that enzyme production and activity tend to decline with age, which can affect various bodily functions. This decline is not uniform. Some enzymes are more affected than others, and the underlying mechanisms are complex and not fully understood. It could be reduced enzyme activity, a reduction in digestive enzyme production, particularly in the pancreas, which can lead to impaired nutrient absorption and digestive issues like bloating, gas, and indigestion. This is a very common problem with people who are elderly. Enzymes involved in muscles contraction and energy production also show reduced activity in older age adults, potentially contributing to age-related muscle weakness and reduced physical performance. Aging is associated with increased oxidative stress that I earlier mentioned, which can damage enzymes and contribute to their reduced activity. Protein deficiency leading to decreased level of certain serum enzymes such as amylase, esterase, choline esterase, lipase, and alkaline phosphatase, etc. Electrolyte imbalance is another factor. So when you now put all this together, and then you are putting the enzyme again under stress, eating late when the activity of the body has really gone down, you can then understand that it is like subjecting yourself to extra torture without you. It's like committing suicide, more or less, anyway. Now to research finding. Recent studies have demonstrated that AGEs, the acronym for Advanced Glycation End Product, are generated not only from glucose. When we talk of glucose, we are talking of the hemoglobin combining with glucose to form glycosylated hemoglobin that we usually test for to know whether the patient or the diabetic patient is controlling his diabetes effectively. Then and those are the rapidly modified protein as shown in this diagram. That is, you still find other substances adhering to protein and forming inactive things that would not allow to work. So the more you overeat, these inactive proteins are formed. Combination are formed. So this report indicates that multiplication of protein with RDIs in vivo may contribute to the development of organic disorder such as diabetic nephropathy. From Wikipedia is this finding that advanced glycation and products are protein or lipids that become glycated as a result of exposure to sugars. They are biomarkers implicated in aging and the development or worsening of many degenerative diseases such as diabetes, atherosclerosis, chronic kidney disease, and Alzheimer's disease. This all is suggestive that enzyme as protein could be glycated too as a result of exposure to sugars, thereby reducing the quality and quantity of enzymes needed for the digestion of late-night food when the body is at suboptimal rest. Yes, laboratory diagnosis. Since our interest is late-night food, one can just limit the diagnosis to enzyme test of these digestive enzymes. And when we are talking of digestive enzymes, we can start from the mouth: amylase, the pepsin, the trypsin, the lipase. So these are common enzymes. Though one could also include antioxidants enzymes to know if that could be also helpful if it's in the right quantity, normal values is attained. So there may be altered level of antioxidant enzymes like catalase, superoxide demostase, and the glutathione peroxidase. So with all that, if one finds any derangement, then that could be corrected with supplements, I should think. Finally, conclusion. The most common chronic diseases are heart diseases, cancer, diabetes, and chronic respiratory diseases, which are more or less non-communicable diseases. With communicable diseases, it is easy to find the cause and apply the necessary curative medication. Age and metabolic syndrome seem the common risk factor of these NCDs, and research indicates that digestive enzymes activity decrease with age, leading to impaired digestion and nutrient absorption, which is a very common thing with people that are elderly. So it is easy to conclude that digestive enzyme supplements should be given to laboratory confirmed digestive enzyme deficient elders, like it is done to antenatal women. To prevent the onset of chronic disease, however, digestive enzyme tests could also become a routine test as one nears 50 years of age or 45. Those with inborn error of metabolisms
I want to take it that they have already receiving the management of the necessary treatment. So, like I've always said, if you like my presentation, press the like button, subscribe. Let us try as much as possible to manage our health.